Start.
Why?
Start.
Welcome back, episode 12.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone.
You gonna cry?
No, I'm fine. Not a tear. We have a lot going on this May, guys.
It's literally, as Hello Kitty Island Adventure says, month of May.
No, we have so much going on. We're barely gonna see each other, honestly, the whole month of May. We're traveling around without each other. So
To all different types of places.
yeah, so we're gonna do a lot of recording beforehand and like get stuff ready so that way we're not missing any weeks. Still gonna have regular uploads.
Yeah.
So I am low-key stressed.
Yeah, I'm getting anxiety thinking about it.
Like my mom was calling me and asking me stuff about like June, and I was like, I honestly can't think past
June?
I can't think past this month.
Jeez.
Like this is a month like I'm like
Yeah.
Ask me like way later because I'm a person, I just hold on to my stress, so like you know that.
No,
like
yeah.
I just I just have to take every day one step at a time, or else I'm gonna like overthink and pass out. Yeah.
And you do have a habit of doing that. So.
Oh yeah, someone was asking because like I posted on Instagram asking people like, what do you guys want to hear about on the podcast? And like someone said like
You passing out?
someone asked, they were like asking about like if I've gotten checked out for my seizures or not. And they're like, if you're comfortable talking about it. And like obviously I am. I put it out there. I don't mind talking about it. I have not gotten checked out. But it's a conversation between me and Brie constantly. But my reasoning, which Brie doesn't think is valid, and I don't think anyone will think is valid. If you know about seizures, the most a doctor's gonna do is be like, we gotta hook you up to a machine. We need to induce a seizure so we can see where the brainwaves are at.
Yeah, they gotta see what's going on.
Yeah, so I don't want to go in and have a seizure. Like I don't want to do that.
You're gonna be under medical care, and they need to scan your brain,
like,
Hidaya.
I really don't want to go have a seizure, Brie. That's so like the thought of like.
But you know it's just gonna happen again.
Yeah, but like that whole day, I'm gonna be so stressed knowing I'm going into like I'm about
Especially
to go have a seizure
since it wasn't
later.
like a one-time thing. Like
No, I have been having seizures since I was a kid. I've been passing out since like 2nd grade, and then 3rd grade was the first time I had a seizure, and it was because I had to retake a math test. And math was my least favorite subject, like, forever. Like, I hate math. So, I got really stressed during the test. And I started, like, my chest started to cramp up and I started hurting. And I said something to the teacher. Then I started, like, having a seizure, like, shaking.
Yeah,
and
didn't you scare a kid?
I scared a kid, but the teacher thought I was joking for the first, like, first few, like, seconds of it. She thought I was joking because, like, I was always making jokes in class. So she thought, she was like, oh, Hidaya, stop. Like, you're just doing
the boy who cried wolf.
No, literally. So my jokes almost got me in trouble because no one was about to help me. But I ended up passing out, and, like, my eyes rolled back, and, like, but they were open, and they were staring at, like, this one kid who was, like, kind of, like, eye level with the ground. Like, he was sitting on the ground. So, like, I was eye level, and, like.
It's not funny, but.
It's not funny because, like, I am 100%
Traumatized
sure I
him?
traumatized. Like, I know he definitely thinks about that every once in a while. Like, oh. No, yeah, that was the first time I had a seizure.
Yeah.
And then, like, the last time I had a seizure was the first year we moved up here.
That wasn't the last time.
Yes, it is. The first apartment was the last time I had a seizure.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you did it twice, though.
In the last apartment, but I didn't have one in the second apartment.
No.
Or this one.
But you've almost have.
I've
like,
had
so many
passing out
situations, and then she'll have to, like, sit down and convince herself not to pass out. And, like, even sometimes there's certain lights. You're like, oh, I can't, I'm going to have a seizure.
Strobe lights anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
anymore.
you need to get checked out. Like, you can't just... Do you know how many people, like, pass from it? What about Cameron Boyce?
I know.
He had a seizure in his sleep.
Now you're stressing me out.
Yeah, it stresses me out, too, and I hate to stress you out, but, like, it's scary. It's scary.
I know it is, but, like... I don't know. It's like...
I know what you mean, though. Like, I know it's that feeling where you don't want to know. You don't want to find out. Because I'm like that in some situations.
And it's also like...
So I avoid it.
So expensive.
That, too. But, like, sometimes it's worth it.
And the thing is, that's not going to be, like, a in-and-out thing. Like, it's going to be, like, months of finding a specialist. Like, a neurologist. Like,
it's important.
I know. Okay, enough of that. But yeah, just for the person who had like asked about it, I've been fine for like the past.
You haven't had a seizure?
I haven't had a seizure in a while, but it's definitely not out of the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I'm cured. Fun times.
I never had a seizure, but I have passed out before. Well, I did it once with you, too. I'll say both times. Because they were both, like, prime times where, like, I mean, it's happened more than twice. But that's just because, like, I just don't, if I, like, get dehydrated or something, like, it doesn't happen, like, it's not the same.
No, yeah.
Like, but I faint. I faint sometimes. But
isn't fainting the same as passing out?
Yeah, I guess. But it's very light. Like, I, like, faint and then I immediately, like, get back up. Like, I don't.
Oh, it's not like is passing out like a longer period of time?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's the same thing. I mean, there's different levels to. I guess it's the same thing, but I think there's, like, different levels to it. Like, I've never had, like, a serious thing where it's, like I would just drink some water and then I'd be fine. Like,
no.
But anyways, one time I was with you and we went to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, and it's Florida. It is hot. We were waiting in line for hours, and it was like
all lines that whole night, like because a lot of the rides weren't open, so it was like waiting in lines for houses, and it was all packed. So it's like we were just waiting a lot of the night.
No,
like, just standing.
Yeah, and like it's not like there was
hot.
like that many rides and stuff. So like we're gonna wait.
I hate Florida. Hot in October. Like, it's so sick.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like, it was literally just because of that. Because I love roller coasters. I definitely wasn't hydrated enough for like I was doing too much for my body.
No, yeah.
That I was capable of doing, and then waited in line for like at least 50 minutes. At
least, bro.
And we were constantly going upstairs too. And then we get to the top. We're about to go on.
Mind you, I did not want to go on this ride. I'm the only one. We were with our other friend, Karina. Out of the three of us, I think I'm the only one who's like not the biggest. Like, I think Karina also loves roller coasters. Yeah, I think I'm the only one who's like, I'll sit on a roller coaster, but am I like, I'm also like I'm also nervous the whole time I'm in line. Like, I'm also thinking about it.
See, I love it.
I was like already like anxious and wanting to bail, and then we got up to literally we're next. Brie over
we're
there.
Walking to the thing.
Brie over there.
And then like as we're walking to the seats, I like stopped I went to the side and I said to the guy, I was like I just like was like no, and like he knew like what I was signaling because I knew I felt like I was gonna pass out, and then like I remember you guys were like, Brie, what are you doing? What the hell is she doing?
And I was like, oh no, Karina, Brie's not feeling well. I realized you were about to pass out, so I told Karina, I was like, no, let's stay with her. I was like, let's stay with her. And Karina goes, hell no, we're getting on this ride.
Yeah.
And she drags me. And I remember just being like, that couldn't get me out of this. Like, I don't understand. Like,
nothing was going to get you out.
I don't understand how that didn't work. Like, I was so confused.
But thank God they didn't come, because I ended up one of the worker, and like I'm like like my eye, like I'm starting to come back to life. I didn't like fully drop to the ground. Like I literally was like I was holding a railing and I kind of started like blacking out, like losing my senses, like when you're about to faint. And then this guy just started carrying me, and he had to take me to like, and it's an amusement park. People pass out all the time, so they have a little waiting area where like they give you water, and like if it's that serious, they'll call an ambulance. But like they just like have you drink water and then go back off to whatever you want to do. And so, but we went all the way up flights of stairs to get to this top of this roller coaster. So he had to take me in an emergency exit, not where the line was. It was just us on the staircase. And it was a scary staircase, I will say, because it wasn't like the stairs.
It was like a tower, so I'm sure you're going like
it was like down it seemed like a fire escape type stairs too. Like, and it was scary, but he's just holding me. And I just remember like, and I remember at one point, like I knew I was back and I could have gotten down, but I was just like holding on to his muscles. I remember looking at his arms, and they were like tatted, and I was just, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I kept thinking, I'm like, I can't wait to tell them what I went through. I remember
immediately. We came up and she's like smiling.
I think I walked to you guys. I was waiting. Yeah, because I was in the waiting room and I was like, I could walk out of here now. And I was like, I had my water bottle.
No, I remember you walked out with the biggest smile. I was like, she's fine. Like, why did I have to go on the ride? Like, why couldn't they go on the ride and I pass out and leave?
And then we ended up like we stayed longer after that. Like,
we didn't. Yeah. Well, I think we went to the diner after and like we got a little snack. I think we like got some food in you.
Yeah.
And then did a few more
Yeah.
things.
But then the other time, it was one of my first years of college, and then we were all outside, and I felt myself about to pass out again, but I was with a group of people, like, people I didn't even know. Like, it was freshman year, so it's like, there's, you know, there's a bunch of people, like, I don't even know, and, like, whatever. We're all chilling outside, and I felt it coming, but I didn't want to say anything, so I'm, like, on my phone, and I remember, like, kind of, like, sitting on, like, an armchair of some sort, which is weird, because we were outside, but someone had, like, I guess, like, giving away furniture, and it was just, like, sitting outside, so I was lucky to even have a chair, but then, I remember about to pass out, and, like, I guess I passed out while on my phone, and, like, I was trying to, like, distract myself, and Noah, our friend Noah, noticed I was, and she took a video of me, and she was like, is this bitch passing out right now? And, like, literally, she thought it was funny. But then, that time I passed out was, like, different. Like, usually I come back up, but, like, my body couldn't that time, and we're in, like, very, very cold weather, so I don't know if that made a difference. Maybe. Like, my body wasn't able to, like, maybe I was really cold. Like, I don't know what it was, honestly. And, like,
did you hit your head?
I don't know. I don't remember.
But I'm honestly thinking, because I think, like, that time I passed out at work, that was the only time I was in and out for so long where, like, I lost time, and I was knocked out unconscious. I think it's because I had a concussion. I hit my head on the way down.
Maybe. Like, I don't know what happened days before or earlier that day. Like, I don't remember. But I just remember my brain, like, like, I could see everything. Like, my eyes were, like, kind of closed. But, like, I was looking at everything and hearing everyone the whole time. Like, my mind was back. But my body wasn't. So I was in the ambulance. So, and I couldn't speak. So it was hard for me to say, like, because my body was, like, just gone, like, I literally could not move, like, just dead weight. Like, I was trying to say to them, like, talk, but, like, I couldn't. Like, it was crazy because, like, my mind was there, and usually we pass out, like, you're, like, you know, kind of delusional, and, like, I wasn't like that. Like, it was so scary. Like, I don't know, like, it's kind of what I imagine, like, God forbid, but, like, being, like, paralyzed.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I remember, like, everyone started noticing because, like, no one was screaming about it. They all had to, like, to go back to, like, we were, like, we were outside, but, like, we had to go back. They wanted to take me inside in the warmth, and, like, they were the strongest guys were, like, taking turns carrying me. It seemed like they were weak, and I would, like, make fun of them after, but, like, I was just such dead weight that, like, it was so bad. Like, they had to, like, keep taking turns, like, and it wasn't a long walk, like, less than 10 minutes. Like, it was crazy how, like...
But think about, like, you guys couldn't lift me when I passed out.
Oh, yeah.
And you can lift me on a normal day.
Yeah.
You could lift me on a normal day.
Yeah.
So it's just dead weight. Like, it's simply, like, it's hard.
Yeah, it was really
And
hard.
especially a 10-minute walk carrying dead weight. That's ridiculous. That's honestly a long time.
It was insane.
That's a lot, especially in the cold, bro. Like...
And it was, like, 4 different guys trying to
take turns. I don't blame them.
And, like, I barely know them, so it's, like, in my head, I'm, like... my head, I remember I was, like, I felt so bad, and I was trying to say sorry. But, like, I couldn't, and, like, I know they were struggling. Like, I heard them struggling. It's just, it was really embarrassing. But then it was funny, because, like, I remember the girls, like, at one point we were getting close. They were, like, move, and, like... And they like put my my arms, like, around them, and maybe it was easier for them because I was starting to be able to wake up and, like, move. We also didn't want, like, campus to see me pass out, and, like, I didn't want to go to the hospital or anything or whatever, because I knew I would, like, be fine. Yeah. But, like, we had to walk to the cameras, like, going in the building in the hall, like, the lobby.
I had to, like, carrying you over their shoulders.
Yeah, like, because they were carrying me like both arms before, and so, like, even though it was, like, better than before, like, when they first initially carried me, I remember laying in bed. I ended up, like, going to sleep. I didn't, like, get back up and, like, hang out with anyone after.
No,
like, usually I do, though, but that's why at that time it was, like, weird.
It's because it's exhausting passing out.
Yeah,
it's a draining feeling.
Yeah,
especially, like, for that long. Like, when that happened at work, that whole day, like, I remember when I got home, doctors told me and my dad, like, don't let her fall asleep.
Yeah,
she probably has a concussion.
And didn't you?
I fell asleep immediately when I got home. I was exhausted.
That's the thing.
But I also probably had a concussion.
Your body.
I was literally unconscious for so long, but also, like how you said, in the ambulance, I could hear everything. Because I woke up at one point in the ambulance, started talking to them, saying, like, I'm fine, I can go. And then I passed out again. But when I passed out again, I could hear them. But I was just, like, my eyes were shut.
I always wondered, like, I feel like I would, like, have a panic attack inside an ambulance. Like, being in, like, a moving,
I don't
like,
remember it, though.
It, like, that scares me.
Like, I woke up so briefly, and I started panicking. Like, I remember tapping my body, because I had my apron on when I passed out. That's where my phone was. That's where, like, my keys were. Like, so I tapped my body to see if I had anything. Like, I freaked out once I woke up. And then, like, I was looking at the paramedics, like, can I please leave? And they were like, no. But that's understandable.
They can't do that, can they?
I think because I was so unconscious and I literally passed out again talking to them.
Yeah.
They can pretty much be like, well, she's unconscious.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Leave you on the side of the road and pass out again? Yeah.
Even though my dad was, like, at my job, he could have, like, taken me in. I just didn't want the ambulance ride on. I even passed out.
But work has to cover that.
No,
anyway.
I know, but it's like a headache. Like, it's just like the whole thing is like.
I guess. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But if I was at work, I'd be like. Psh,
but like, I'm thinking about that when I like pass out. I'm just like, no, I don't want to be in an ambulance right now. Like that's like the last place I kind of want to be. It's such a weird thing to say.
No,
that is the American government making it so hard that like I don't want help from an emergency room because like the bill. Like
I just saw a video because apparently they give birth. Like this guy gave birth. It was like a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And I remember he made a video. He was like, "Well, if that's the case, then I'm making sure I'm cleaning out this whole room." And he took like opened all the drawers and all the like diapers. He took it. He's like, "This is what I'm paying for. I'm taking it all." And he like took like the beeper thing, like the electronics out the wall. It was so funny.
Bro, I've seen people go through the hospital bill and like argue with them because they will literally charge you for the most random thing. That never happens. Yeah. You have to go through it and be like, this did not happen. Like, where was that? Like, what do you like? What are these charges?
They say I saw like a life hack from a person I guess like works in hospitals. Like, always ask for an itemized receipt thing because there's you could take off thousands.
Oh yeah, they be scamming. Bro,
I just complimented Hidaya's eyebrows off camera because they look good today, but I was looking at her Instagram.
Because everyone knows my journey. I hope you guys know my journey.
If you follow Snapchat.
Like if you keep it up with my snaps, I've overplucked my left eyebrow to the point where it was half at one point. There was no tail.
Which was a trend at one point.
Yeah, but like maybe if I have the other one this evened out. Because like there was a point where I was
done that.
The thing is, but there was a point where I didn't like how it looked though. I didn't like it, and there was a point where I was confident enough to like I didn't need makeup at all. Like I didn't even need to do my brows. I could just like brush them out, like lay them down because they're like a little fluffy. So I just brush them down, and I'd be fine. Mm-hmm. I don't even need to wear makeup. I was fine. And then I overplucked it, and I went a little too crazy, and I got a little too carried away, and I ruined it.
But you make it a big deal, but it really wasn't like that awful. But I know, like, you're your worst critic. Everyone's like
and it's also like my eyebrows. I feel like they're so prominent on my face.
Yeah, no,
I feel like my brows are like a big part of my face, so it's like
brows do shape like that's why people change their brows to like have like a different look.
And like looking back when they were like when I had them a little skinnier.
No, yeah, because like I was saying, I was looking at her Instagram and I was like, wow, like every photo is a different brow. You know my favorite though, my favorite era. It's like when you did do them.
Oh, it's like the beginning, like last apartment.
Yeah.
And like the beginning of this.
And
apartment.
I think the beginning of this apartment,
It was like my Lebanon trip.
Yeah, around there too. Because they lasted a while, and then you.
And
overplucked, you got fun with it. Like around the time when you'd be like, Bree, can you touch on my eyebrows? Like when I was like that.
Yeah,
time.
and then there was a point where Bree said, "You do it yourself."
Whoa,
and that's where we're on now.
How is it my fault now?
You heard how you just said, Bree, do my eyebrows, and you're like, oh, so they were good then. And then she said to me at one point, "You can do it yourself now," and we've learned I couldn't do it myself. I overdid it.
No, we did learn. We learned that you
I
need to make that
it.
mistake again.
It's taking so long. They're finally growing in a little bit, but like I'm hoping by like mid-month before I leave for my trip, I'm hoping they're grown out. Because like I would love, because I know it's gonna be hot, I would love if I didn't have to wear like You know,
Yeah.
like I could like go
Yeah.
lighter and like if my brows
It's
were
not.
more
It's
crowded.
but like imagine like you could still like do no face and just do brows.
Oh,
Like, if you
yeah,
have,
but,
like, and then put some brow gel so it doesn't like
my brows
melt.
take so long to do now. They didn't
Yeah,
used to
you
take
do
this long.
take so
It takes me
long.
so long because I'm not used to fully drawing in the brows that like it's taken me a while that like
They're very
and-
nice right now, like the
right?
way you draw them. And I'm like, okay, let's like, you're an artist, low key. If you could do that, if your hand can do that, then your hand could do that on a canvas, and you swear that you can't.
But you know how long this takes me?
Yeah, people spend months on a painting or drawing. You don't have to like.
But I don't
that's
have
the
the
thing. You don't have
patience.
patience when we do art, and that's where you're like I can't do it. But it's like just take your time
'Cause I don't
with
have
it,
the patience
and then
for
go back
art.
the next day, continue that same piece. I don't think you've ever done that. You finish it all there.
Oh
and then-
yeah. Oh hell no! Going back to it? No, I need to finish it all in one day.
Oh, can I draw you? Later?
Yeah, you've been trying to. We never do. No, because it's only fun if it's perfect for me.
Yeah, so make it perfect for you. You know what I mean? Like take your time.
But I
on
get
it.
so frustrated because I can't get it perfect. It's not gonna look how it looks in my head. I picture one thing and then I'm doing it and it's like not that. And then I get frustrated and I
Yeah.
want to punch through the canvas.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Then if you want to punch through the canvas, punch through it. That's part of the art too. Come on, people be taping bananas to the walls.
So people just squirt a little blob and call it art.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can we talk about Baby Reindeer?
Oh my god.
Real quick, just like a little tidbit. Just
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Because we didn't
just
finish it
finished.
together. Wait, no, we did. 'Cause I-
We started. Hidaya fell asleep while watching, as
because
she
it was
usually
the-
does.
It was the day we landed back from Florida. We had
Yeah,
a
it
morning
was.
flight, so like obviously by like 6, I ate some dinner and I got a little tuckered out. And
no,
just
I went to
tired.
sleep so early that
So
night
I'm
too.
saying, I got a little
Yeah,
tired.
but like the thing is, you fell asleep on like
No.
a really like crazy episode, so I was like, I have to keep watching, and then.
Yeah.
By the time you finished, I just came and watched the ending with you. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was crazy.
I just think it's wild that he was able
to play
to
himself.
yeah,
Like,
that's actually truly incredible because it's tough.
That's really hard, like
That-
to do.
Because he did it so well, and I understand why he wanted to do it, because no one else is going to capture it
Yeah.
like him or tell the story like him. Like,
Yeah, but it's
But
also like you're reliving your trauma.
you're really
now.
putting yourself in that position to relive it, and like that's like
But like
so hard to do.
I can see why he wanted to do it too, and like I said before, like I feel like he was saying a story to like kind of say that he's not a good man himself either.
Like you were saying earlier, like it's part of closure, but like
Part
I
of
don't
closure,
see the closure.
but no,
in that.
no,
Like,
not closure, but like even how think about in the ending scene when spoiler alert, if like we're talking about Baby Reindeer, so if you haven't seen it,
Maybe
just
skip ahead if you-
skip it a little
yeah.
bit. You remember when like even after like the court and she was like gone and like he
Yeah.
like came out to the police or whatever, his ex came and was like, what is this? And he's like, oh, I'm still trying to put it
he's
together.
fixated on her.
He
was fixated. He
and
loved
and
it.
even like his previous history trauma too, like that was written on the board as well. Like I think he's trying to piece it together, and I think he wanted to do this, and like he's still trying to piece it together. I don't know if it's true or not, but like I've heard people even coming out talking about him and how he's still a horrible person. Women were coming out
saying how he mistreated them.
saying how he mistreated them, that he was trying to get with them, and like she was trying to like go on the casting. It was like a whole thing. Like I didn't look that much into it, but I was like, yeah.
No, because honestly, the part that really like, I don't know, like ticked my brain a little bit is when he was talking about how he was going into the police station and he couldn't feel how ironic it was that he was turning in Martha and not turning in the guy who was literally a monster.
Yeah.
And like that she's probably just mentally ill, but he was a manipulative like groomer. He was intentionally doing these things and drugging people. So it's like I understand also why, because in that situation, situation is completely different. Like being assaulted like that, and especially in a man's perspective, they don't want to admit that.
Yeah.
Him saying like let it happen again multiple times, it would just be like something that happens all the time. It's not a big deal. Like that was so sad to hear because like
Yeah.
it's just sad to think that like other people think that way about that situation. That's what the person was able to like make them feel because that's like they won in a way.
I get it. I think, but also that I thought was like so triggering. Like I wanted to scream at the like freaking computer screen was how come he never, like when Martha assaulted and ripped the hair out of Terry, and the one thing when he could have went to the place was that he just like had the lack of disrespect to like the queer community, like the way he just could not.
It was because
like,
he was ashamed. It was,
yeah,
it was literally
which
his
is so
own like hate
just,
from like in
right,
himself.
internal
Hatred. Yeah. It's the way he lied.
It's
when she asked,
but like it's the way he lied to her.
Like, did you tell them what happened to me? Yeah. And she even knew. She was like, they would have come by to ask questions. Like, bro,
right,
what?
Right. The whole time he was going, like, for a while talking to police, and they were like, you need solid evidence, like, da-da-da. And he had it the whole time.
They literally said, if she does anything, like, touch you, so like, she literally assaulted.
Ripped hair out of a woman's head.
In front of you.
And broke.
Was with you. Like, she was with you. And
attacked.
Didn't think that was important.
And, like, that's what, like, I just wanted to, like, ooh,
He's
like, it was, like.
wild to, like, put himself on blast like this, like, fully. Like, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
No, it is crazy, but it's good.
It's very revealing. I feel like
it is a lot. I think he's still very, like, he's not healed. Like, he's very, I don't know. It's a lot.
You said he's done other films. Like, he's been in other things.
Yeah.
I kind of want to, like, look into it and see.
I don't know. I don't know if he's been in it or if he's helped written.
If he helped write it, like, I would want to watch it even more because that's, like, that would show his, like,
yeah.
brain,
Well, because remember at the end of the show, he went back to his abuser and, like, he was like, oh, and he said yes. So that's the thing. Like, I don't want to say names because no one knows if it's actually true, but they have this one guy who they think played the role, abuser that played the role. They think they found the actual guy. And, like, people, like, I'm sure if you search it up, you'll find his name because everyone's talking about it. And I said this to you and I ended up seeing a video of someone agreeing, like, talking about it. He looks just like the person who played the role. So it's like, okay. The thing is, he posted on his Instagram story, oh, guys, like, please leave, like, my family alone. Stop harassing and threatening people because, like, obviously fans are crazy. They just will go attack anyone that they think it is and, like, whatever, sending death threats even. So he was like, please stop. And then he put including and then the person's name that everyone thinks that his actual abuser was. You guys are not seeing the point of the show. And I think he said that because I think the point of the show is to show about him and the way he was dealing with it, not just, like, about just that specific person. Also, it's like the fact that he said that at the end of the show, he said yes to working with him. We don't know what happened after that. He just went back right to it. And then shortly after this incident happened, like, people calculated the years. He was in a film or something, writing, I don't know what it is he does with that guy. Like, it's on the something website. Yeah. It's like, that makes sense that, like, why he still is defending him till this day, which goes to show, like, how unhealed he is. And it's very common for people to go back to their abuser.
I feel like it's also, like, I feel like I get it in a way where it's like, when you don't love yourself, you stay with people even though you fully know, like, he was fully aware this man is manipulating him.
No, because remember when he walked out, he was like tripping, had a full-blown panic attack.
No, when he was tripping, he was like, this man is manipulating me. I need to leave. Like, he knew. He was fully aware what this man was trying to do, but he kept going back because, like, a part of him was like, he hated himself so much. He was like, I should be here. Like,
no, yeah, like, he said that in his, like, monologue thing that he had on stage in front of a bunch of people. He was like,
I'm not gonna lie, I felt that way. Like, I've stayed in, like, when I didn't love myself the most. Like, I've stayed with, like, friends and people, because I didn't, like, I wasn't.
It's a very common thing.
I wasn't comfortable with myself, so, like, I didn't care who I was surrounding myself with. You know what I mean? Like,
this is where I've been, so let me stay here because that's what feels most comfortable, especially when you're vulnerable as fuck. So it's like, yeah.
And it's a sucky thing because, like, someone had asked on, like, the topic when I had asked people for topics on Instagram, someone had asked, like, learning how to love yourself. And it's like, that's such a hard thing because,
someone
like,
give us that topic.
No, literally, like, I'm still, like, fully, like, working on it. I'm still getting there, like, fully, like, loving myself. Like, I'm definitely grown. And I think it's, like, with years. I think it's,
that's like an iffy topic for me because if someone asked me that, I think I would say yes, I do. I don't know what it is. But I still sabotage myself in other aspects.
You do.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what it's rooted from because I'm not, like, insecure. Like, I know, like, my worth. Like, I'm aware of it, but then, like, is, like, just, I choose that. I don't know.
I get what you mean.
I've heard, like, you know, your journey or whatever, and it's, like, it's different, but it's, like, we still sabotage ourselves at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
like,
it's just in a different
insecure, way. Like, you can still love, like, not love yourself and, like, sabotage yourself, and you can love yourself and still sabotage yourself because you're not healed yet.
Finding out what to heal or how to heal.
I think that's what it is. I think we won't, and yes, you love yourself. I think you love yourself more than, like, I love myself. Like, I'm getting there.
Yeah, well,
and
we
like,
don't know that. But,
no,
like...
no, like, in a sense, like, it's been, like, over the recent years.
Okay,
I've started to. And, like, you've been more confident since high school. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like that. So it's, like, honestly, I think my confidence has honestly just come from maturing and, like, growing up. And, like, I've grown into my features. Yeah. Like, when I was younger, I was more insecure about how I looked. But, like, I've grown up and I've grown into my features. So I have started loving myself more because I'm like, okay, well, I look better. Like, I like how I look now. So it's like,
right.
So it's like I feel more confident with stuff. And, like, and since, like, moving, I was like, I think clothes also help you make, like, feel more confident.
For sure.
Like, and I'm sure
it's all
hair.
about,
I'm sure, like, hair and stuff and, like, doing different things and, like, playing with makeup and, like,
it's all comfortability
all that stuff
and
with,
things.
like, yeah, like, whatever, like, you like to do, or, like, if you think it looks good on you, I think that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be in fashion. If
it's
you like how it looks and you're going to carry it well because you feel confident in the way you look, I think if you, like, carry yourself well, like, everyone's going to think you look good. You know what I mean?
And then when you feel that energy from the people, then it even boosts the confidence even more. Yeah. I was going to say, like, even for example, like how you like tweeze your eyebrows too much, and, like, even though like from me looking at it, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but, like, it's something that you see and you're like, oh, I have to, like, I can't go out, like, with a missing eyebrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's something, a little thing like that, because you're more comfortable with it not like that. Yeah. And it's just, like, a little thing like that. Yeah.
Like, I didn't mind when they were thinner. Like, I liked it at the time. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I think it was because they weren't even. Yeah. They were thin, but they weren't even, and I think that's what was messing with me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it ticked you the wrong way, and you didn't like it. Yeah. Even though if other people didn't care, and they didn't think
it looks good on them, and I think it looks good on them, like, but, like, to me, like, I don't think it fits my face.
Yeah, you notice it more, yeah. But I'm just saying, it's even, like, a little thing like that. It could just be, like, a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. It's like everyone has their own insecurity. Like, that goes back to it. It's, like, it's different for everyone, and it comes at a different time for everyone.
When I was younger, like, starting from, like, even 4th, 5th grade, and then mostly middle school, that was when I was very insecure. And, like, looks-wise. And I think that's because, like, I got, like, pimples and stuff. I remember, like, getting it first time, like, in elementary school, like, in 5th grade. Like, really? That, yeah. And so, like, I went into, like, middle school like that, too. So it started 5th grade. Because I remember vividly looking at pictures, and I was like, ugh, like, I just did not like the way it looked. And, like, also, like, you're a kid, and, like, middle school is that awkward stage. Like, no one, I get that, too. But, like, I would look at myself compared to everyone, I'm like, oh, God. And, like, also, like, I wore these dinky little glasses, and, like, my nose, I was like, and I was smaller at the time.
Our noses grew looked before our face. Yeah. When you have a big nose, it grows before your face. So when you're younger, it looks awkward. Yeah. There's that awkward stage.
It was like, I was insecure about that. And also at that time, people were more ruthless and, like, would say whatever. Like, we've talked about this before. I was definitely more mean to myself than I actually was. Like, it wasn't, you know.
Who isn't?
But very true. In high school, though, like, there was nothing about, like, I didn't care about my nose. You could tell me I have the biggest nose. You could tell me I have the biggest, and even till this day, like, you could say I have the biggest nose ever. You could say, like, you could point out a pimple. You could point out, like, I'm not, like, I don't get, like, embarrassed or, like, hurt about it. And I don't know what it was that switched that. Like, I don't know when that was. I just don't care. Like, when I say I don't care, like, I genuinely don't care. But I think
it's because your dad, like, teases you.
Maybe it just, like built me to, like, not care.
I think it's
because that's the thing. It's like it just, like, switched into where my brain processed it in a way, like, yeah, so what?
Did
like,
he tease you about that stuff, like, early? Like,
my dad had a big nose too. Like, I got it from him, so, like, I don't know. No one ever said anything about, like, my acne. If anything, my parents, like, they would try to, like, help me.
Okay,
like,
get me. No, because I know he teases you now.
They brought me to a dermatologist.
I know he teases you now, but, like, I didn't know how he was in, like, your middle school days. No, that's what I'm asking. I mean, like,
I don't really remember. What it was. I don't think so. Like, no. If anything, they'd be like, "No, you're beautiful."
You know what I think it is? I think it's because you grew up, like, you were beautiful at high school.
But the thing is,
so it's like, I think that's.
But at the time, like, I mean, I look back at pictures now, I'm like, oh, I was a baddie. But, like, I didn't realize that when I was in that time. I don't know what it was.
I think you knew you were, like.
Really? I never thought I was ugly, but I would think. I wasn't, like, I would look, like, all the other girls were, like, way prettier than me. Like, I wish I looked at them. I think it's because, I don't know, if someone was popular or, like, they had boyfriends, I was like, oh, it's because they're beautiful and I'm not the definition of that.
No, it's
you know
just
what I
we're
mean?
not the Florida standard, girl.
No, exactly. No, I know. And also, like, I hated everyone. So, like, I had commitment issues for real. No, but yeah, so, like, I was just bringing that up because, like, I used to be insecure in those aspects. For some reason now, like, I could not give a shish about it.
I wish you could bottle it up and sell it to people.
No, literally.
It's different for everyone. Like, mine started over the past 3 years since we moved up here, so it's like, I think it just, like, hits everyone differently.
Insecurities? Or I feel like
no,
you started
gaining
feeling.
confidence.
Oh, okay.
Like, it started getting better, like, the last... So
change of
like,
environment could have helped. You know what I mean?
Getting out of Florida sucks, bro.
No, that's the thing. Regardless, I was still also very severely depressed, and like that's why I just wanted to get out of Florida so bad. Like I knew I needed to be somewhere new.
You know that thing where they say like it's not that you're unattractive, you're just in the wrong place. I think that was like for me.
Facts.
Like you're just not gonna be appreciated. Like I don't think like Muslims and like I don't know minorities like are like really appreciated in Florida. Like I'm not gonna find someone there.
That's
like
so
that was not
facts.
gonna happen where we were living, bro.
Yeah.
I was not no one's like I was not gonna be able to take any of those guys seriously.
If anything, they were all just racist.
They were racist. Like it was a horrible experience with those people.
That's the thing. Like, most of the girls, they would always be like these blonde, blue-eyed, like
basic. So it's like
I always think of when remember we were like as a joke for yearbook, you were trying to get best hair. Yeah. For in our high school, and I was trying to do best eyes because I have like green and golds and browns and like
with like nice long lashes.
Yeah, blue-eyed base. Everybody has blue eyes. Like, why does a blue-eyed person always have
won best hair?
And
who even won best hair?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Because if it was a girl with long straight hair, I would be pissed.
It was blonde beach waves. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No, because I ran for best hair thinking that would be hilarious.
So
first
funny,
of all.
but I don't think anybody understood.
So clever,
right?
And I thought it would be something that people would be like, "That's funny as hell." Like, come on, I would just vote for her because, like, what the hell? Come on.
I thought you would.
That's
win.
ironic as hell. Come on. Does no one have a sense of humor?
No, not at all.
Like people are so annoying.
That's another thing.
So
have you ever
frustrating.
like heard that like men don't like girls with a sense of humor?
No, they don't.
They don't, right?
They're intimidated by that. They want to be funnier because I think men are just threatened when I saw this thing. I saw, you know, those like speed dating videos, like those quick ones?
Yes.
It's like, it was this one where it was like 20 guys on one side, 20 girls on one side, and like two people would like
sit press
down.
the button.
Yeah. And like one of them would be able to like swish out.
Yeah.
The guy and this girl were talking, and it looked like they're hitting it off. He like passes on her. She like gets up, no hard feelings, sits down. The next girl comes. She's like, yeah, I think you're more my speed. That last girl was like way out of my league. You passed, like she was not like giving, like she was not being rude. She was not being like smug, like higher than thou. Like she was gonna give him a chance. But you took it upon yourself to think you weren't good enough. Like you ruined it for yourself.
He didn't want his ego hurt if she,
because she was better than him.
No, it's so ridiculous.
Why are men so threatened?
I don't know.
It's embarrassing. Like, it's not a cute look. I hope you guys know that. Like, that's not attractive. No one wants that. Don't you want to brag about your girl and be like, bro, my girl's so funny? Don't you want to bring her around your friends and she's making everyone laugh?
I don't know. Maybe it's because of maybe if they're surrounded by other toxic men that, like, brings them down for that. So it's all toxic masculinity. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, but it was the way you were, like, kind of struggling.
I said it slowly, so I would say it right. But that's literally what it is, because they feel like, oh, like their bro's gonna like make fun of them if they're
like, oh, you're whipped.
Like, remember like when simp was like a huge word. Yeah. The thing is, it was so sad because at that point, everyone used it so much that even something simply of a man just treating their girl with simple respect as they should, the bare minimum, they were considered a simp. Like, people used it so, like, oh, you're loosely. A simp because you bought, like, your girl flowers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so crazy. And so, like, that itself, like, that being, like, a popular word was so, like, negative to, like, especially our generation. It's sick.
I think you sent it to me where it was the thing where it was men these days when a girl says, like, but you haven't got me flowers. Like, he was like,
and now they're like,
oh, you haven't got
me flowers. Because I've had people say that to me before, and I was just like,
the shock on my face.
Men be wanting flowers too. But you know what? Like, me as a person, like, I would give them. I would.
That's fine. That's totally fine to want flowers. You deserve it. Like, I would get you them. But the fact that you're not getting them for a woman, and then if she brings it up, your response is,
no,
where
literally.
are my flowers?
No, literally. A woman who loves you and that, like, should deserve flowers will not just, like a good woman, I feel like, wouldn't just, like, be like, yeah, give me all. It's like, they will give you stuff, too. The thing is, it's just...
They don't realize, like, okay, even if a girl won't get you flowers, she might not get you flowers. She might get you something you might appreciate way more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Which most women do, because women are more thoughtful. We think of those things, and, like, we go out of our way. If we see something in the store, like, that reminds us of someone, we're like, oh, let me get that, because that's just cute. Like,
facts.
It doesn't have to be a certain day, and I feel like friends are, like, more quick for doing that than, like,
yeah,
like, girlfriends are more quick to do that for each other than, like, males are, like, when they're friendships. Or,
they don't
like,
think
even
like,
with
they
a
don't
girlfriend.
think
Or, like,
way.
Remember how we were talking about, we were at the park with Noah, and we were like, bro, guys will literally sit there and, like, won't talk to each other. Like, what do you guys do with each other? Yes, because
we saw, like, a group next to us. Like, it was a group of, like, guys, and they just, like, sit there.
They just sit there. Like, they were drinking. Like, they were chilling. Like, no one was really talking. Like...
Yeah, it was weird. It was just weird.
Like, what do you guys do?
Not all of them are like that, but, like, a lot of them are.
A lot of them are.
We were just like, oh,
it's just like, I know male friendships are not as real as female friendships. They are 100%. Like, you cannot argue with me about that.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love spaces where it's men and women, because I feel like those men, like can be around.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They're
those
not
kind
like
of guys, they're not threatened by women's,
they're not,
like, intelligence. Or, like, if they're funny. Like, they...
Or they're not trying to get with every single one. Like, I love groups and friendships that it's like...
It can just be platonic and everyone can just talk.
And everyone, just have a good time.
Like,
it's sometimes when it's, like, strictly... yeah, it's just so weird.
I had something that kind of touches on this, like, how, like, real friendships are so rare nowadays. Like, even with, like, girls, because I saw something and I sent it to Brie about these two girls who made these hoodies. Like, they customized it for the friendship.
I said read the comments.
It was so cute. And I didn't read the comments. I just sent it to Brie because I was like, I low-key want to do this. It was, like, perfect.
It was cute, yeah.
And then Brie was like, why are the comments so mean? And I went back and I looked.
Not mean, they were sad.
They were sad, I'm sorry. They were sad. And I went back and read them and I was like, and, like, they were all like.
People were ranting.
They were
like their trauma.
I wish I had a friend like that. Or they were like.
I will forever never have, like, I'll forever be alone.
I'll
never
always
have a friend.
call the best friend, but I'm not their best friend. Like, and I was just like.
And it was literally just two girls. They literally making hoodies together.
Yeah,
they like hugged.
They like painted on their arms and like hugged each other so their arms were on the backs of it because they don't hug all the time. So it's like a cute way, and I think that was really cute. But it's like I don't understand why everyone had to be so like sad.
Because and I've said this to you before. I was like, you don't understand how lucky we are to have like such good friendships.
No, I understand it
because people don't, and like you know that saying like, oh, like after high school it's like these are not going to be your friends like 5 years from now, like da da da. Like really, my only friends are those core ones from high school. I don't like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
those are like forever type friends.
It's because
we
found good people.
That's what I'm saying.
And like. I see so many people and they swear up and down they have like true friends. You know when you just notice things because you're coming from an outside perspective, like fresh eyes, like you can hear the tones. And the thing is like that might be like rushing to judgment because I know sometimes from an outside perspective I can come off with this like RBF but like more intensely where it's like I swear I don't know what I look like to other people. Like I'm thinking I look some other way. And I'm over here giving the stankest face, bro. Like, that day we were at your house.
I know exactly what I was thinking of.
I don't get it. We were all hanging out. When we were down in South Florida at Bree's house, we were all hanging out. And Bree was telling me, like, a few days later that, like, it seemed like I was not having, like, a good time.
My sister asked you and was like, oh, do you hate her? Like, about our other friend? And then... you were like, what? No. And then she was like, oh, sorry. No, I'm just asking because, like, your face looked like you were, like, sick of her.
And the thing is, Zane has said this about me and you. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, it looks like you hate her. And it's like, and he was like, I know that's the furthest thing from the truth. And it's like, I think people, if you know us, like, I obviously don't. Yeah. But, like, why does it look like that? I don't know why it looks like that.
Because you're a bully.
terrible.
No, I don't know about the facial expressions. With us, Zay said that was because we were like going back and forth at each other, and he was just like, first impression, don't like give the audience that, because we just be chatting we be yapping to each other.
Well, why was my face like that?
But
I don't get why I do that.
I think you were just confused about whatever we were talking about, so you made a face because you were thinking face. You'd be like, you scrunch your eyebrows. You have very like bold facial expressions.
I do. And I can't hide it for the life of me. I wish I could. I really wish I could. And I tried to.
It's not a bad thing, though.
No, I feel like it is, Brie.
Why?
Because, like, there's certain situations where it's like...
Like, do you really want to be, like, a boring... Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, but, like, I don't want everyone to know what I'm thinking before I even say it. Like, they can already tell I'm disgusted by them because I'm like this.
Yeah, you do.
So it's like... Like, I think I'm mysterious in my head, but the whole time I'm like...
Yeah.
Like, looking at people like, what the hell? So it's like... I need, like, face therapy.
Or maybe just therapy. I just saw this thing today, and I just had to bring it up because I was so shocked. I was like, oh. Honestly, I was just searching, like, fun games, and like I somehow came upon this podcast, and I don't know if this was posted like years ago. I don't remember what podcast it was. It wasn't a familiar one, but it was these girls talking, and one of them asked like their biggest turn on, and the girl responded, and I thought of this because we're talking about men and women and just toxic stuff. She responded that her biggest one, so that means out of anything and everything it could be, was that...
I'm, like, scared.
You should be. Was her biggest turn on was that when her boyfriend talks about other women and, like, talks about, like, cheating on her. She was dead serious. And she's like, I don't know. I think it's just rooted from, like, my past relationships.
I was about to say...
I've been cheated on before, and I was so heartbroken that
I
now...
want to know what's going on in
what
her life.
brings her comfort... And turns her, not just brings her comfort, but what turns her on is that the idea, like her boyfriend cheating and talking about other women.
That is wild. Because you know what I would say? Like, what I saw that was literally the most, like, this is, like, top tier. Like, if you want to impress a woman, this is what you should do. Like, if you want your girlfriend to probably fall in love with you.
Cheat on them.
No, don't listen to her. Do not listen to her, ever. Listen to me. This is what you do. Because I saw a girl post
what I do?
No.
Oh.
Stop talking.
Oh.
No, I said this to you. I saw a girl post about what her boyfriend did. He literally unfollowed everyone on his Instagram and only followed her. All his posts on his Instagram were pictures of him and her.
Yeah, you see, that's elite. A little bit crazy.
Really? That's elite top tier man. Why are you following anyone else? Why are you following anyone else? You have who you want. You're going on there to look at
but
what?
Would you do the same?
It's different. I work. My social media is my job.
Okay, let's say besides that, would you do that?
Unfollow everyone?
Yeah, even if you had, like, everyone and just your boyfriend?
Well, no, because, like, I have to follow you. And,
but
like,
it doesn't matter.
Karina.
It's him. It's just about him now.
That's different.
It's not, though. But
I'll unfollow every guy.
But
there.
listen.
I'll unfollow every guy there is.
I did think that was amazing.
I would do it.
I did think that was amazing. Because I was like, because she didn't ask for it. But the caption, I read the caption was so funny. She was like, I told him, I was like, babe, why'd you do this? Now people are going to think I'm like one of those psycho girlfriends that like, that made you do this. Like, you know what it looks like those like guys and you're like, oh, you know his girlfriend like is like.
You know what? At least unfollow all the girls. Keep all your guy friends.
Yeah.
Unfollow all the girls. Why do you need to follow?
I don't want to say it because I feel like I'm going to get hated on, but like.
Why? I'll say it. Proud and
no,
strong.
but it's also, it's like, why do you need to be
why
friends
do you
with girls?
need to follow? Like, I just don't understand. You're going on there. You're going to see that. Like, why?
Yeah, no, it's triggering.
Because, like, I know men, and they're way more calculated than they let us believe.
And they act like it's not a big deal.
They act like it's hard to not like a girl's photo. But then, they can do it if they really wanted to. Mm-hmm. They really could. Because I know they could.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it.
I've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen. because they swear they couldn't. It's just business or something. I don't know, whatever it is.
Until they can. Until they can, then they'll stop liking your pictures.
They'll stop liking your pictures.
And then it's like, oh, I thought you couldn't control it. I thought you'd just be going through the page, right? You don't look at what you like, right?
But then it's like, sometimes it's like, I didn't see your post. I don't see.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, like
that's crazy. You're always on your phone.
No, pretty much. That's the thing. Like, we're not crazy. Just
girl
men
thoughts.
be lying.
Liars.
Yeah.
Liars. Enough about men. That's ruined my night. Should probably end it there.
Yeah, we'll stop here.
We'll stop ranting.
We'll see you next week.
Okay.
We'll see you next week.
See you guys next Wednesday. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Follow me on Snapchat. I post daily. Follow Bree's art account. Follow Bree's Instagram. Follow my Instagram. Yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Love you. Bye.
Bye.